Okay, today's video, what I'm going to show you is how to use an app called Typorama to create some very nice creative looking text on your images. The other thing that if you follow me any length of time, you know that I really do recommend printing cards, sending them as get well cards, birthday cards, thank you cards, thinking of you, etc., etc. But what I do also is I create virtual birthday cards, and I put them on Facebook and things for people for their birthday. So I'll do this on a regular basis. I'll take my images and I'll create a birthday card, and then on those that are friends on Facebook, I'll send them a nice little an image with like this on it, maybe a birthday wish, a poem or something to that effect. But I really do recommend, and I do believe that that's what we should do as creatives. So what I'm going to show you is how to use the app called Typorama, how to get it into your phone from Dropbox, or I use Google Photos. Open the app Typorama, and we're going to go into it. You'll see that you could scroll through the images that they have. You could enter a keyword and search for images. There's a large selection in case you need something. To get one from your camera, click on Camera Roll. Open and go to where you keep those, navigate to the image, and it'll open up. At that point, you can resize the image if you want it specifically for type of social media. I always leave mine the original, but like Instagram and stuff, sometimes it might be easier to just make it a little bit smaller. So once you have that, you're going to then get the dialog where you could double tap and enter text. Enter the text you want. You could get a random quote. You'll see that in there. It's very user friendly. I'm not going to go into every detail, but you'll find that it's very easy to use. So go through it and play with it a little bit. If the text is too long, it'll let you know. If it's too short, it'll let you know. But I still play with it. I'm going to show you some features of using shorter text. So once you have that in there, click on Done. And then it will take it back to overlay of the image. You can move it around, the little arrows in the lower right there. You could change the font. There's so many different fonts available. You have text styles, which is the main thing, text tools. And you'll see that just by dragging and moving around, it works very easily. You could tilt it, whatever you want to do. Okay, so once you get a place where you want, you could click on OK Share. And you'll see there's some fonts that when you click on might not show on the image. Some do better than others. So you have a wide range of fonts to select from in typefaces, basically. So you can have some fun with it. You could change the opacity of it. You could change the color of the font. All kind of different filters. So you'll see, and like I stated earlier, is they keep adding new fonts. So we're going to select one. We'll get it organized for you, and we'll move it where you want it. And once it's in place, you could click on OK Share. So we get it basically where we want it. And now you could share it to wherever you want. But in this case, we're going to click on the use again. Basically, it's upper right, and you could add a second set of text. You could do this as many times as you want. So say you want like a big bold heading across the top, and you want something on the bottom. However you want to do it. I mean, there's a lot of just different options that you could use this little app for. So you'll see that this is a little bit too big. So move this down, drag this, change the font a little bit. Just keep moving it, place it to where you want. You could be very creative with this, and even if you have no design skills, this thing here makes you look like you know what you're doing. So I really like the app. I use it for a lot of stuff. If you get doing ads, so then save it to your photos, and boom, it's done. Okay, so we're going to do one more. I'm going to show you some of the different features that are now in Typorama. They've been in there. So we're going to open that one image up. We're going to go through it. We're going to add some text. You could add some gradient to it. I mean, there's just so much that you can use this for. So you'll see that it was a random quote. Drag this around, and so you'll see that there's you could adjust the size, but there's also a lot of text tools. So once you get your font, you could change the color. You could change it to a gradient. You could even erase part of it. So like some of the designs have all these different like characteristics associated to them. Maybe even a Santa sleigh or something, and you want to just get it out of there. And so you could use the eraser for that. So we're going through and I'm just adjusting some of the font colors. You could use some gradient like I stated. Once you get it to what you want it to be, then you place it on the image, and you'll see that it has so many different features. I keep saying it, but it's just amazing. The more I use it, the more I really like this. So we change the opacity a little bit so it doesn't look like it's just stuck on the image, even though we know it is. And then you just adjust a little bit so you get a little bit of a gradient. So you could adjust the different type of gradient. You can go from one color to another. Once you get it to where you like it, then you could go and actually you have overlays that you could do along with different filters. So in this case here, we're adding. You could add that. You could add broken glass, snow, whatever you want to it. So you could add that, and then once you get the overlay on it, you could actually even change the intensity of the overlay so it actually accents the image. So you could go through and play with. There's just so many of them that you could play with. And so once you have it to where you like it, you adjust it. You can change the brightness. You can even add a watermark if you have them already built in. You could drop, say for example, you have an image, you want to throw a watermark on top of it, or even the watermark could be just something that you use on a regular basis. You could use some basic Instagram type of effects too, which I rarely use those. And so we'll do that, and you have your image what you like it, and you're done. If you enter text that's too long, you're going to get this type of dialogue. Just do, okay, let me change the text, go back in and maybe do a break in there. Right, we did it at learn, hit OK, and you go back, and then we're going to move this around and clean it up a little bit, change the type style, the font color, things like that. So it's very intuitive. I know I keep saying that, but it's very intuitive. It's fun to play with. It's actually very addicting. And what you could do is you could take the images that you create, share them with others, put quotes on them, all kind of different type text. I do it all the time, post them on Instagram, and there you have it. You have something that you could share with the world. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, share it with your friends, subscribe, stop back and check out what future videos we produce. But thank you for watching. We really appreciate that. So subscribe below, and have a great day.